like you being there when I needed.
All right, all right, all right. We have come to the featured presentation.
Who is she?
This poet is one of the most supportive poets of right about now in the scene. People ask me all the time, they're like, can I feature? How do I get a feature? Can I get a feature? Oh, and right about now, we like to support people who support us. You know what I'm saying? And Deonte is representative of that. Not only that, he's from Chicago, but he lives in Houston now. We'll adopt you. We'll adopt you. Huh? But if he was from Dallas, no. Hell no. He has been featured on TV1 versus Emplo. And he was the former host and Artist of the Year for Raw Houston. We're putting our hands together. We're building energy. We're building energy. We're building energy. Please give it up for Deonte.
Right about now, how y'all feeling? All right, that's great energy, man. Great energy, man. I love coming here, man, because the energy is just unreal. There's no better place to be on a Wednesday night to get this kind of feeling, man. So I appreciate y'all. Amir, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for always looking out and just being supportive and professional, man. So, my name is Deonte Scott, and I gotta do a shameless plug before I get started. I have two poetry albums that are out anywhere you can download music, but I have a few hard copies with me that I'll be selling. I have my latest one is Damage Control. It's an EP, and my first one that I released back in 2013 is called A Struggle. So I'm gonna do a few pieces from both of those, and I'm even gonna do a new poem that I've never done before. So hopefully you guys like it. Early new shit. And then you guys, I try to give everyone a flyer. I have a flyer for my show that I'm doing in September 16th, that I'm producing. It's a pretty big deal. We're doing it at Match Theater. So if you like what you hear tonight, make sure you support. I got tickets with me. You can get them online. You know, my website, DeonteScott.com. All you guys that are on social media, go to your phones right now and go to Deonte Scott and follow me, and I will follow you guys back, and we'll get started. I make sure I put my phone on airplane mode so when you call. Huh? Don't fuck up, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Everything. You see, I love poetry, but I bet you can tell that without even knowing me. Just by the way that I took the stage and put the mic in my hand, just hoping to deliver something that you may be able to understand because you don't know me. You judge me from the words that I say, and because these words are all that I'm given, I can understand why you would feel that way. But I love it. Maybe it's the way that the words come together, how you can make a rhyme and sound all pretty. Or maybe it's the way that I can take a situation, make it my own, and make you feel like you've been sitting right there with me. And it could be that this is the only thing that I seem to find myself good at. And when God made that clear to me before I got started, I made sure that He understood that this is my purpose. So don't take lightly the things that you've heard, because for me, this is way deeper than just a reciting of some words. You see, those words, those small, minute little words, they carry huge power. They can determine whether you live or whether you die, whether you struggle or whether you survive, whether you're encouraged or whether you deprive. You see, what you see, I see differently through these eyes. And with that comes to me a major responsibility to deliver the truth with purpose within everything of my ability. My poetry, my truth, my experiences is proof that God lives in me. But that doesn't make me perfect. You know how they say that beauty is within the eye of the beholder? Well, my poetry is within the rhyme of the composer, which means I can write and say whatever I choose, and I choose to deliver my life in words to you. You see, because I love poetry, because without it, there's no me. Thank you. So of course, that was titled "I Love Poetry," and that's on The Struggle, you know, my first poetry album. So the next poem, I'm gonna read it off my phone, and it's new. Yep, I've never done it before, so I haven't memorized it yet. So hopefully you guys can rock with it. It's short, all right? It's called "We Are Beautiful." All you may know is that this is the way things will end. To be memorialized amongst all of your family and friends, that final chapter has been written. All that's left is reminiscent of what you used to be. But hardly ever has your story been told truthfully. No one knows about the doctorate that you once received. Because of your skin color, how dare they choose to ever believe that a lost soul like yours ever earned a collegiate degree? Because how dare you flaunt information that's beyond what their eyes can see? They hate to see you carry a legacy that allows you to dream. You see, once it's broken down, it's such a beautiful thing, but the media only alerts you of how they want things to seem. But see, I know the truth because I live it every day. I'm a black man, and it's sad that we've been forced to feel this way. So I call them on their stories and carry my culture on my back. I reverse the narrative, call it fake news and alternative facts. Because we're more than the latest Jordans, more than your favorite athlete, the rappers that you support, and being black is just like a track meet. And every day we're running just to stay in the race. Lord forbid we want to be great. To do that, we have to run double that pace. So you see, all of these things make us who we are. Can't afford to take a day off because the setback is just too far. I would never accept the judgment from someone who doesn't know me. Some things are just unexcusable. I've allowed you to look through the peephole so that you can see that we are beautiful. Thank you. All right, so now this set is going to be all over the place. I typically try to tailor my set so that it makes sense and it goes in order and take you to a certain place, but it's very random. This is like me prepping for my show in September, so rock with me. Y'all gonna be random with me tonight? All right, cool. All right, so how many people like have like that family member or that best friend that they just, you fight with them all the time, can't get rid of them, they piss you off, all kind of things, but no matter what, you still take them back, y'all still do life together, you know what I'm saying? It's just a constant fight. So that's what this poem is about. That it's called Constant Fight, all right? I can't believe I allowed you to do this to me. You've once again gotten in the way of me becoming everything that I want to be, and every time I'm on the right track, you fog up everything that I once could see. But just like the last time, I'm going to get through this with you standing right in my way. And after dealing with you for most of my life, I finally built up the nerve to say this: you're a dream killer, a roadblock, and you only think of yourself. I'm here to support you, hold you up, but in my weakest hour, you provide no help. You drain me with your issues. Keep me up late at night. You even had me doing and chasing things that I knew that weren't right. It's like you're that little person that sits on my shoulder and says it's okay to do all of the wrong things. But the difference is you're a live person, and confusion and betrayal is all that you bring. It's a constant struggle just to get away. I even found myself living in isolation, which was wrong because I knew I couldn't live that way. You affected my faith. You affected my life. You even had a hand in me sleeping with that man's wife. Yeah, I admit it.
There were times when I had no control. You knew me so well, you gave me my weaknesses, and what did I do? I let you put my dreams on hold. I wish I could do away with you, just to get rid of it. Now that's a charge I wouldn't mind standing in front of the judge and hearing them saying, sir, you're convicted, because I will finally be free. No more your distractions, just the atmosphere and me. But you and I both know that it isn't that easy. See, I knew when I first started this walk, it'll make me want to leave me. But on a serious note, if you're going to continue to be a part of my life, you have to allow me to get you some help. And then I turned away from the mirror to conclude this conversation with myself.
This is the awkward part of the show where I interrupt the feature. What do y'all think of Deonte so far? If you like each feature, you can, wait, you have merch for sale, right? What do you have for sale?
Yeah, I got my CDs.
He's got CDs for sale. How much?
10 and 5.
One for $10. And one for $5. Or you can maybe give him some tips if you've enjoyed this show. We like the kind of jingles, but prefer the kind that folds with Benjamin on it. So I'm going to pass this around. Support Deonte in any which way. Always support poets, and I'm going to let him get back to his set.
Appreciate it, Amir.
Can we get both CDs for 15?
You sure can. Most definitely. Yeah. You like my shirt? Yeah, this is a promo shirt for my show in September. So if you like that, you can go to my website, DeonteScott.com, and get it right out to you, all right? All right. So that was, you know, like I was saying, when I finished Constant Fight, a lot of times our biggest issue or struggle is within, is with ourselves, you know? We just have to be accountable and get past your bad decisions, learn from them, and be better. So this next piece is titled Run, and I wrote it for, I'm from Chicago, so I wrote it for the kids back home in Chicago because at the time, and even now, there's a lot of youth violence, and I just kind of wanted to write something that can, you know, inspire them and encourage them, and this ended up being the actual poem that I used to get on that TV show, so it worked. So it's one of my favorite poems, and it's called Run, so I hope you like it. So I've heard honesty is the best policy. But somehow it isn't acknowledging me, because honestly, my honesty has brought something far beyond close to me. And that is, I realized why I was put on this earth. At this moment, at this time, in this place. I was put here to inspire those who've allowed their dreams to forsake. I was put here to help the kid who's repeatedly being abused by his mother. I was put here to show him that everything isn't about black and white, but he too can dream and live in color. I was put here to tell him to run. Run, son. Run to the moment where you touched your dream with the palm of your hand. Then I tell him to run back just to do it all over again. Run from the hands that try to abuse you. Run from the words and the people that try to misuse you. Run into the soles of your feet are covered in blood. The blood starts to bubble. The bubble turns to pain, and that pain turns to struggle. From that struggle births your purpose. Your purpose will provide a gift in you that will not allow you to get tired. You too will realize why you were created and remember why you are inspired. Now you take that and you run with it. Run like you see your future self ahead of you, and he's waiting for you to come get it. Just to tell you to run away from those who hate it, and stay close enough to be motivated, because what's a job well done without one person being jealous that you made it? Run. Run away from fantasy to keep you from following your dreams. Then run back to reality when you realize fantasy ain't all of what it seems, because what matters are the things that can ultimately shape your life. So run to those moments when it's 3 a.m. and you just can't sleep at night, because it's in those moments that greatness is born, and the price that you pay, it ain't cheap, because you up working getting better while the lazy folk at home in bed sleep. So run. Run until you've met the right one. Make sure she loves you for more than just the great things you've done, because to a woman, greatness smells pretty good on a man. So you run, son. You run away from them phonies as fast as you can because they will intrude your life and corrupt your flow. And the minute hard times arise, they don't stand in a battle. The first thing they do is go. So run, because your destination will never just be one place you're looking to go. Your journey is a constant path if you continuing to grow. So remember not to walk, because I'm telling you to run, so that you can learn from my life and forego the mistakes that I've done. If only my life mirrored yours, you can see the pain that I've endured and hopefully learn something. But in all things, you take nothing from me. I pray that you never stop running. Thank you. So Run and Constant Fight, those are on my first poetry album, The Struggle. I'm gonna do something off of Damage Control. Got about maybe 3 more poems left in me, then I'm out of you guys' hair, alright? Y'all good? Y'all still with me? Alright, cool, appreciate it. It's hot as hell up here. I would remember the times where I wouldn't remember my rhymes and these words were just a hobby. I would write just because it didn't matter where I was and a message was never my intention. Until the first time that I took the stage, that's when I finally felt the need and the creator, we were on the same page. You see, one day, I prayed that I would share the same stage with some of the greats, fulfilling a purpose and a dream at the same time, doing whatever it takes. But until then, I would just sit back and handle what God has already placed upon my plate, because it's all about preparation. So I stand on these stages. I stand on these stages to give the gift that I've been blessed with. I give the truth in my words because I've been tried and I've been tested, and I know that my burdens weren't created just for me. They happen so that I can make them plain for you to see. I stand for little black boys holding Skittles and an Arizona drink in their hand, because it's sad but true, but we're still losing black lives to the hands of racist men. I stand for those who are falling while whispering I can't breathe. I stand for those who stand with their hands up in the middle of those Ferguson and Baltimore streets. I stand to endure the criticism of those with weak minds. They won't follow their own dreams. They rather waste themselves trying to destroy mine. You see, the truth is, I've been doing this for many years, but I'm just not being heard. My life has been an investment and the world is not cashing out on the return. So I'm here, standing with hopes that those who are hurting through my voice now be healed, realizing that the truth in my words was once an experience of my own, and it has now been revealed that you can't always run. Some things you have to stand for, even if the circumstances causes you to plan for it. Stand for peace, stand for justice, stand for change. Stand even when you know that some things will remain the same. Stand in those moments where everyone else is gone, because that's where you'll find me. Even if I have to stand alone. Along with Colin Carpenter. Alright, so that was off of Damage Control. I actually did a video for this next one. And it's called Don't Trust Them. And it's just about the justice system and cops. And I don't got nothing against cops, but there's just a lot of police brutality happening, and this right here is a voice for those who don't have a voice. So don't trust those who are doing the wrong shit. So. I used to be up for hours making my MySpace page look dope, updating my pictures, adding some music and some inspirational quotes. Back then, my favorite candy were those colorful jawbreakers. I even had a hookup who could create those custom MySpace wallpapers. So my page was always tight. Not once did I scroll down MySpace and see none of those stupid Facebook fights. You know, the one where one kid is recording the whole thing while another bully slaps the hell out of another weak kid. Yeah, it disgusts me too. Back then, things were different because of what our parents allowed us to do. Nowadays, kids can't be kids because the world has snatched up their innocence. They're being taken away from us before being provided the right instruments to survive. But if you're black, the day-to-day is just to try to stay alive. I mean, like, for real, no one is even safe anymore. How are we accepting this when we allow killers to walk freely right through the church doors? Innocent lives taken, murders being covered up as mistakes, and all we're left with is a protest and a hashtag. Falsifying stories claiming Sandra Bland killed herself with a trash bag. Please, spare me the nonsense. Because for years this has been happening, now it's just more evident. Racism uncovered is the world that we live in today. Now we're forced to trust a justice system that never seems to allow the criminals to pay. The same justice system that allowed Mike Brown's murderer to walk away freely. The same justice system that allowed Oscar Grant's murderer to serve 2 years in a county jail in protective custody. I'm not making it a race thing, just looking for change at the end of the day. Because the same justice system allowed a murderer of 2 to go free by the name of OJ. Now, is it bad that I don't trust the justice system? I think it's bad because to me, I feel that there's just no justice in them. So parents, protect your children so that they never have to experience that. I want to not wake up and read another story about a kid being killed just because he's black. Get rooted in the word of God or whatever it is that you believe in, so that your children can have faith in something outside of this world, because at times it can be real deceiving. I wonder if I'm next on the list to become the national hashtag, with my story unanswered and me left in a body bag. I mean, for the most part, to the law, I'm decent and respectful, even when they try to be jerks to make the situation a little more stressful. But what if on this day, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I give the justice system just what they are looking for, a reason to pull the trigger even when I'm unarmed and there's no one around me to help. This is my PSA, in case something like that does happen. I did not kill myself. Thank you. I got one more. And this piece right here is my favorite piece that I've ever written. It's near and dear to my heart because every line of it is true. I went through a period in my life. Anybody unemployed right now? Got laid off? Oh, I'm the only one? That's cool. Oh, okay, cool. All right, a few people. So, but you know, I got laid off, man, and I wasn't prepared for it. You know, you're supposed to have a certain amount of money saved up, 7 months and all that kind of stuff, but it was paycheck to paycheck, you know what I'm saying? So, it was a struggle, man. It was a struggle, and I had a lot of days of like, my favorite meal was peanut butter and jelly for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? So, this piece is actually the title of my first poetry album called The Struggle, and it's titled The Struggle. So, all right, hopefully it's gonna help somebody. 2 parts bread, 1 part peanut butter, 1 part jelly. At this point in my life, there ain't too much you can tell me because those were the ingredients for my dinner for much of last week. But if you're judging from my exterior, you think that I got it sweet because people only know what they see. Never will they know how I feel. So I've come as a messenger to deliver that the struggle is real. You see, this journey was never planned, but it's always a surprise, especially when you set goals that have yet to materialize. You get weak, lose faith, and you start to give up. You can't sleep, can't escape because expectations didn't live up to what everyone else wanted. So now you left to pay for the mistakes of someone else. Those same people see you struggling but still won't offer you any help. So you press on, living each day with a huge sacrifice, constantly questioning God for the decisions He made for your life. Can't help but wonder what will happen next. Had to remind myself that this is all just a test because people only know what they see. Never will they know how I feel. So I've come as a messenger to deliver that the struggle is real. When the checks don't add up to the bills that you owe. Even when you had minimum funds, you still continue to sow. It wouldn't be considered to be a large seed, but once it's sowed, it grows into everything that you will ever need. Couldn't celebrate with my friends. I had to decline those invitations. God always has a way of providing you with patience, even if you don't want to. You'll do it involuntarily, because little did I know that His test was only preparing me for the greatness that I'm continuing to walk into. I wouldn't have this gift to share if I couldn't provide the things that I've been through. You see, because it's never about me. It's always about the message. I just hope that when I step off stage, at least 1 or 2 of you get it. Because then my job here would have been very successful. I swear I was sent here to share stories that can ultimately bless you. You see, because for 7 long months I received the same depressing email. I woke up, turned my computer on, and this is what the message unveiled. Thank you so much, Mr. Scott, for taking the time out to apply for our prestigious company. And although you have the credentials to be a valuable asset to us, we've selected someone else. But continue to search our website for more opportunities. Thank you and good luck, but not so much. Because if that job really was for me, man, I wouldn't need that luck. So I stopped complaining and started believing in the things that I couldn't see. Instead of me looking for the job, man, the job found me. You see, because people only know what they see. Never will they know how I feel. So I've come as a messenger to deliver that the struggle is real. My name is Deonte Scott, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Right About Now, man.
Y'all give it up for Deonte. As he mentioned, he does have merchandise for sale. Check it out. He has albums for $10 and albums for $5. Or if you buy them both, you get a discount and you get both of them for $15. That's, you can't afford not to buy it. Where's my DJ? What the hell do I pay him for? Where is he? Are you drinking on his job? What do you think this is, a bar? I'm gonna heckle him till he gets on stage. So Deonte has merch for sale, definitely hit him up. Before we end the show this week though, we're gonna do something I like to call is ad-lib. You may ask me, what's ad-lib? I'm glad you asked. Ad-lib is where we welcome poets and non-poets to the stage to participate in impromptu poetry using 3 words, any 3 words of the audience's choice. So, I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to come on stage if you would like to participate. Starting now. Just walk up, walk up.